So thank you again for tuning in. I'm Inspired Grizel. On here, we inspire you to look within you to be the best version of you that you were created to be, that God is calling out to be. Get content on love, relationship, worship, and a few DIYs on here. Just all about encouragement and motivation. Good stuff on here. So thank you so much for all our returning subscribers. Today, as you already see from the title, I'm talking about the honest truth about bed space. I've seen a few comments online and a few pictures, and people put the whole bed space scenario as something derogatory, and to some extent, when people say, "Oh, I'm also abroad," and people are laughing, is Dubai abroad when you're living in bed spaces, which is a very, very shallow mindset, very, very shallow. And in this video, I'll make you to understand a few things about the bed space scenario, right? So the bed space is not just a concept that is in Dubai. It happens in other countries, but maybe the concept of Dubai, it feels more like a boarding school kind of thing. Of course, there's a reason for this, right? I've lived in a bed space. I lived in a bed space for, I think, 3 years. Yeah, but this was, the first place wasn't mine, but the other ones was my space I got, and then we sublet it so people could come, so we can cut the cost, which is the honest truth about bed space. Now let's be very practical. I'm going to go very practical. I used a few numbers as example, right? So I'll just get this, maybe the equivalent, maybe I don't know if in dollars or in CFA, but let me do it in CFA, and then maybe in dollars. Let's get the scenario. So housing in Dubai is pretty expensive. Now, for a beginner, a newbie, you just got here, and then maybe you got a job, you're trying to juggle. There's a reason why you left your country and came out here. You didn't come to make money and leave all of it right here, because like they say in Dubai, you do and you buy. So you work and you use the money. So you need to be disciplined. And the bed space concept, it's really, really just to help people find ground and be able to save and then plan for something better, right? If you look at it holistically, the bed space, it could be a bit more expensive than renting your own place, but we'll get into that as we proceed. So you come to Dubai and you need to stay somewhere so you can get a job. In some companies, they're going to give you company accommodation, which again is like a shared space. It's like a bed space, because maybe in a room where there are 2 or 3 people, you have your own bed, I have my own bed, and then we share the common area. So a bed space, you get it? So the bed is just the unique thing to you. The other areas are common, so it's just your bed space. So let's say you just come to Dubai or to the UAE, which is, again, this is all across the UAE, but let me talk about Dubai because that's where I've been all this while, right? You get a job and you're so grateful, your family is happy, you came out here to support them, right? Let's say you get a job, let's do the mathematics. You get a job and they're paying you 2,000 dirhams, depending on your qualification. It could be less, it could be more, but let's just keep this as an average, because there are people that earn way lesser than this. If they give you accommodation, it's going to vary on all of that, right? So you're earning 2,000 dirhams, okay? And to get a room in some affordable places, a room to yourself, a self-contained, it's like 2,000, 3,000, 3,500 per month. So what are you supposed to do? You cannot afford to do that. That is not wisdom, that is stupidity. And that's the thing for me. I'm so proud about people that live in bed space and they own up to it, because the truth is, once they're ready, they've saved enough, or they have a better job, they're going to move to a comfortable place. But again, the bed space scenario, so this is the honest truth I'm sharing with you. So you have 2,000 dirhams, right? If we take that in dollars, approximately, so you're earning like $544, okay? If you take that in CFA, it looks as if it's much. Of course, it's a good pay if you ask me. For a beginner, maybe somebody with even no experience or anything. Let's just use 170. The rate is higher now, but let's look that. So that's like 340,000 francs, right? It sounds like a lot of money. If you have that kind of money in Cameroon, right, and then you could rent a mini studio, a self-contained for yourself, and then you still be able to maybe save up to 150,000 per month. But right here, you're earning 2,000, okay? And then most of the bed spaces go between, let's give it on an average. There are some that are cheaper and some a bit but you have to pay an average bed space with your internet, and then when the gas is finished, you both share to buy, and sometimes the internet is being shared. So you have to spend 500 dirhams for your accommodation, so your bed space. Now do the mathematics. The bed space, 500 dirhams times 170, that is 85,000. I was in a two-bedroom apartment for 85,000 in Yaoundé, and now I need to pay that amount for just a little bed. So you're sacrificing a lot so that you'll be able to meet other needs. And yet it's funny how some people think it's something to look down on. No, that is a lot of money. You pay 85,000 to share a little bed. You are such a wise person. So there's nothing derogatory about Bedspace. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Right? Because in life, we are not all at the same level. We have different levels per time, and that's why we grow. Some people grow, others don't, right? So imagine you paid 500 already, and now you're left with 1.5, and you need to take yourself to work. If you're walking across the metro lines, you have to spend like 350 for transportation per month, which covers all zone. You're left with 1,000, and their family needs, their responsibilities, you need to eat, and all of that. So if you go and take a room for 1.5, what are you supposed to transport yourself to work with? What are you going to save? How would you help your family back home? So you see that the bed space concept, it looks a bit low to some people, but it's really quite expensive, and it's the best way to save. It's the best way to save. Now, there are other different classes of bed space where maybe it's going up to 700, 800. You have washing machine and the rest. So it all depends on you to know where you are per time and how to navigate it. Let me get into my practical scenario. When I started working, I saw the scenario. I saved up because I didn't want to be in a bed space mixed with ladies and guys. No, I wasn't comfortable with that at all. It's not what I'm used to. I refuse to get used to. Have I stayed in that kind of space before? Yes, once for a few months. It wasn't up to 3 months, and we moved. Even though he was the owner of the place and the only guy, but I just wasn't comfortable. So we got a room, and us ladies, we moved there. Let's do the mathematics. That room costed like, I think the first one was like 3,000, right? 3,000. So you pay every month. You have your utilities inside of that, but then you still have to transport yourself to work and all of that. So that's 3,000 in a month, and you're earning 2,000. There are people even that maybe they're earning way less. How do you take a studio, a self-contained, for that amount? It's not wisdom. That's the truth. So you find people taking this. They take now the room, and then they find other people so they can cut a cost. Say I take a room for 2.5, and we are 5 of us, so everybody is paying 500. Or if I want to do it like a business, I make people pay 650, right? And for me, it was just single beds. There are others when you have the bunk, the up bed, the up and the down, and then you have even the 3-tier. It all depends per person. So the truth about bed space is that it is a cost-saving technique that works for someone that is yet to find their feet. If you have your feet, you have your money, of course you could get yourself a comfortable place and you leave. As soon as I was able, I got myself a comfortable place. I didn't have to strain about all of that. Of course, bed space comes with a stress, especially if you're the owner and the building gets expired and decommissioned. You have to now relocate all your items again to a new place, and maybe some people might leave the room, and then you have to look for other people. So first, it is cost saving. It is wisdom, right? To know that, okay, I can't afford this for now, so I leave my means per time. I'm not cutting my coat according to my sizes, according to the cloth I have, according to my material. If it's small, then I'm only going to do a half coat. If it's small, maybe I'm going to do a gathered skirt. It all depends, right? So I wanted to get that out of the way. Another reason why, another honest truth about bed space is that it's a business for some people, in the sense of, okay, if I take a space, I'm the one paying. I could put up and down, 4, 5, 6 beds. Per bed I have 1,000 dirhams, so I don't have to bother about rents. It's a good deal. It doesn't hurt anybody. So if you can, you do it. But the same people that some people laugh at, are the same people that when you're in trouble, you call them for money. When you need financial assistance, they are there for you. Because if we want to live in luxury, I promise you, in Dubai, you can get all the luxury you want, and you'll never be able to save a penny. You could even take the credit card. They're going to chase you with it, and then you live in affluence, but at the cost of what? They say a borrower is always a slave to the lender. So leave your means per time. So that's the truth about bed space. That's the truth. you might see some pictures online and you'll be laughing, oh, see men them in Dubai, see how they are living. It's their reality. The truth is, our reality per time is not the same, but we make it work. We make it work. When I came, I stayed in a bed space. It was all ladies, it was all good. We moved from place to place because sometimes there's trouble in the villa, you have to move and all of that. But it was a good season. I don't regret it at all. I was able to save and save up for my next season where I could live in the comfort that I can afford until I move to the next level of comfort. So if you're in a bed space, there's nothing to be ashamed of. But again, you could move to somewhere better as you plan your day, right? As you plan your day. Sometimes, most often, you see people come, or let me talk about Cameroonians. They want to stay in Abu Hail and then they're working like JLT. When I look at it, I say that's not wise, because you're paying $650 for a bed space and then you have to pay for metro. So if you look at your cost, you're almost to like 100 plus 1,000 plus dirhams in a month, right? And then you have to eat and send some money back home. But if you go down to maybe Ticom or Basha and you get a bed space for 700, which is comfortable, you have a washing machine and some other nice amenities, you only have to pay maybe 6 dirhams to walk and back. So it's not always just, but some people have the community thing. They want to stay in a community, so they remain where they are. There's nothing to be ashamed about bed space. It's a level per time and it's cost saving because we have plans, we have projects, and also it's a business for some people. Whatever the scenario for you, be proud of your level per time. That's the message. Be proud of your level per time, and don't let anybody, look down on your hard or smart work, right? That's what I wanted to share with us, and to enlighten some people that just laugh without having a full understanding of the scenario on ground. The same people laughing, they are staying back home with their parents free. They don't even pay rent, and you're paying 85,000 for just a little bed. Who is in a better place? You, right? Yeah, that's it. I thought so too. So until next time, bye for now. Let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about in the comment section and we'll pick it up from there. Until next time, bye for now. I'm Inspired Grizel. Do well to subscribe before you leave, all right?